My go-to easy meal is pasta. All my kids eat it, it's quick, it's fast, they ask for it. The only problem is I can't use the same sauce every time or we all get sick of it. So I mix it up with either a red sauce, a white sauce, or a green sauce, and I wanna show you how I make it. I'm gonna start by boiling a lot of pasta and then we'll get to the sauce. Marinara sauce is so good and sometimes you don't even need to touch it or change it at all. But when you've had it a lot, or if you want something a little bit more fancy, here's my go-to way to make marinara sauce a little bit nicer. So you'll open up a can. There we go. You'll open up a can of marinara sauce and then put it in your blender carefully so you don't splatter everything. You will add two things, cashews and garlic. I'm gonna add a heaping teaspoon of garlic, about a cup of cashews. Now, because I have a high-speed blender, I don't need to soak these, but if you did not have a high-speed blender, make sure to soak these or boil them for 10 minutes first, and then it should easily blend. All right. Blend them up, baby. Okay, so you can see, like, look at how creamy that is. Okay, pasta is done. Next is my green sauce. Now this one's a little bit more complicated, but it has so much flavor and is delicious. Let me show you how to make it. To a blender, you will add a half a cup of walnuts and then about a half a cup of parsley. I'm gonna add in about right there. And then half a cup of basil. So similar, just kind of eyeball it. About right there. I really like capers. I think they have just a really yummy zest to them. So it's a fourth a cup. Again, this could be green olives. So a fourth a cup of capers. Next is the juice of 1 lemon. If you can get the zest of that lemon too, that's great. Next we'll add 2 teaspoons salt and a fourth of a cup of water. So a fourth a cup of water. All right, now let's mix everything together. You might need to add a little bit more water if it gets to this point and it's not mixing. Depends on the blender, right? There we go. Hey, here is our yummy green sauce. Now this is important. Capers add a distinct flavor. So if you don't like capers, either definitely use olives here or use about half as many capers and a little bit more water. Now, if you don't want to go to the effort of making your own green sauce, Trader Joe's actually has a really good vegan kale, cashew, and basil pesto, which is really yummy. It does have oil in it where this is oil-free. And you'll definitely need to add some salt and maybe some nutritional yeast to this to make it a little bit more flavorful. But this is my go-to when I'm in a pinch, I'm in a hurry, and I'm sick of red sauce. I'll sometimes just use the Trader Joe's pesto, and it's delicious. Okay, let's make the last sauce, the white sauce. The secret to my white sauce is tofu, but don't be scared. It's going to add a lot of protein. It's going to make it creamy. I'm definitely going to add a lot more flavor than just tofu because otherwise it would be gross. Okay, so this is 1 package of extra firm tofu. It can be just firm, and that would be fine too. Then 2 cloves of garlic. I'm just gonna eyeball that. 2 teaspoons of veggie bouillon paste. Now I buy this paste, you can get it at Walmart, you can also get it at Costco. I love it, I use it for everything all the time. Then we'll add in some marjoram. It's about a half a teaspoon of marjoram. I'm just gonna eyeball this. About a half a teaspoon of rosemary. Half a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of thyme, That's where all the goodness comes in. And then also nutritional yeast. So you will want 1 heaping tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Then you'll do 2 heaping tablespoons of cashews, just to make it a little bit more creamy. Then we have salt, of course. Salt and pepper to taste. I usually put about a teaspoon of salt. You can use 1 cup of pasta water to this, where it's nice and hot, and that works great, or 1 cup of plant milk. Now make sure that it is unsweetened. Look how beautiful and smooth that is. I want to give you a bonus recipe. One of my daughters loves pasta, but she hates all types of pasta sauce. Before we went plant-based, she used to love Parmesan cheese on her pasta, and it took a long time before I found a recipe that actually tastes like Parmesan cheese. So let's make some quick Parmesan cheese that you can put on top of all of the pasta or just pasta all by itself. You will need a cup of almond flour. This is what makes it look just like Parmesan cheese. Then you want a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then a teaspoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. This is what makes it taste a little more cheesy. And I always use iodized salt because when you're eating vegan or plant-based, you don't have as much iodine in your diet. So I use iodized salt. All right, so then a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it into an old Parmesan container so no one even knows that it's not real Parmesan cheese. What's your favorite pasta sauce? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. If you like these recipes and want to learn more, make sure to check out our free 1-week meal guide. You can get it by just clicking on the link below.